Most dishwashers do not break. They get replaced. Not because the machine failed, but because one $40 part did. That part was designed to fail. The pump works, the spray arms work, the tub is fine, but one proprietary circuit board threw an error code. The repair quote came back at $300 to $500. For a machine worth $800, so you replaced it. The average American dishwasher is replaced every 9 to 12 years. Budget brands average 9.4 years. Field data from 2025, gathered from appliance service technicians, confirms that appliances with complex electronic control boards fail more often within the first 5 years than any other component. There are 2 brands that refuse to build that trap into their product. This is the control board loophole. Number 7, the smart dishwasher subscription. You did not buy an appliance. You bought a time-limited contract and you never saw the fine print. Bosch, Samsung, LG, each one built a Wi-Fi handshake into the control board. The dishwasher is not just an electronics box. It is a cloud-dependent service. When the server goes dark, the machine does too. Bosch Series 6 shut down in March 2025 when the Home Connect API expired and the control board refused to start any cycle. Samsung's DW80 series threw error 10400 after SmartThings was retired, stripping out remote start and locking out quick wash. LG ThinQ models lost remote start completely when the endpoint died in January 2024. The hardware never failed. The pump, the spray arms, the tub, mechanically fine. But the firmware handshake broke and the board bricked the machine. Diagnostic tools stopped working. Technicians could not even pull logs without a cloud connection. The dishwasher became a paperweight, not because of a $40 part, but because a server in another country shut down. The verdict is simple. You never owned a dishwasher. You rented access to a control board that could be revoked at any time. This is the first trap, the invisible software kill switch that turns a major appliance into a disposable subscription. Number 6. The plastic tub disguise. The inside of that new dishwasher looks like stainless steel, but it is a sprayed-on polymer over a cheap plastic shell. After 3 years of heat cycles, every sanitize, every dry, the coating starts to fracture. Not a crack you can see, but a network of micro fissures, each about the width of a hair. Lab tests on polypropylene tubs show micro cracks as small as 0.1 millimeter after 8,000 cycles. That is where the odor begins. Bacteria find those crevices and multiply. 4 times the bacterial load compared to a real stainless tub. Field service logs show 13% of plastic tub units get called for odor, and nearly 1 in 10 end up with a tub replacement. Whirlpool, WDF520, Bosch 100 series, GE, same story. The tub looks clean, but the smell never leaves. Stainless tubs, Miele and Asko, do not develop these cracks. Their interiors stay smooth, non-porous, and odor-free after a decade. The betrayal is right there in the material. The machine still runs, the pump still spins, but the smell drives you to replace it long before anything mechanical fails. That is the second trap, a structural shortcut that guarantees you will never get a full lifespan from a plastic tub. Number 5, the feature inflation scam. A $15 turbidity sensor fails and triggers a $225 service call. That is not a typo. The sensor itself is a plastic lens and a 2-wire harness, but when it fails, the dishwasher runs endless cycles or throws a soil error that locks out the sanitize phase. In hard water regions over 180 milligrams per liter, the failure rate doubles. 5 out of every 1,000 units lose their turbidity sensor before their 7th year. The NTC thermistor, a $10 part, fails at 4 per 1,000 each time the repair bill stacks. The technician charges a minimum hour. The diagnostic fee gets tacked on, and suddenly a pile of $15 parts has built a $350 quote. Homeowners see the math: 2 sensors, 1 board, labor, and the machine's value is gone. No one talks about the economics, the way a $15 part becomes the tipping point. The mechanical wash system is still fine. The pump, the racks, the tub, they are not the problem. But the sensors and add-ons designed to save water or boost cleaning quietly sabotage the lifespan. In hard water towns, failure comes twice as fast. The feature list on the box is a list of future repair bills. That is the third trap: cheap electronics that tip you into replacement before the real machine ever dies. Number 4, the control board loophole. Every modern dishwasher hides its fate in a sealed, proprietary PCB, one that is engineered to die just as the warranty fades. 5 to 7 years in, the machine is still mechanically sound. The wash pump, the racks, even the heating element are fine. But the control board, that $40 slab of surface mount components, throws a fatal error. Electrolytic capacitors have dried out from 1,000 heat cycles. The pulse width modulation MOSFETs, hammered by inrush current, start failing open. A soldered-on Wi-Fi radio sits dead on the board, still drawing standby current even after the app is gone. Thermal imaging shows the hot spots, 85 degrees Celsius right at the power supply, year after year. Failure rate curves from national service logs peak at exactly 5.3 years, 37 out of every 1,000 units dead from board failure alone. The part is cheap, but the fix is not. A technician's quote: "I've replaced 2,000 of these, it's always the board. The service call runs $300, sometimes $400, even though the only thing broken is a circuit that costs less than a dinner out. The rest of the machine could run another decade. But the control board is a single point of engineered failure. That is the fourth trap, the hardware time bomb that turns a mechanical appliance into disposable electronics. And nobody warns you until the cycle stops mid-wash." Number 3, the repair quote, economics trap. The invoice is always the same: $40 for the control board, $300 to $500 for labor and diagnostics. The part is a multi-layer PCB, 2 ounces of copper and resin stamped with a proprietary SKU. The labor line item is where the trap snaps shut. Flat-rate service models guarantee the technician bills an hour and a half, even if the swap takes 20 minutes. The diagnostic fee gets tacked on another $60. The real bill for a control board failure averages $325, sometimes more. On a mid-range dishwasher, that's 40% of the original price. The board itself is rarely more than 15% of the total. The rest is profit, built on a forced choice moment. Most homeowners, faced with a $400 repair on a machine that looks and sounds fine, choose replacement. The economics are deliberate. Warranty claim tables show reimbursement drops to 0 after year 2, just as the board failure curve spikes. The replacement cycle is not mechanical, it's financial. The control board loophole closes with a quote, not a bang. The machine is still a perfectly good mechanical wash system, but the cost to keep it running is engineered to be irrational. That's the final push. The industry doesn't need to build a worse dishwasher, it just needs to make repair feel like a losing bet. Number 2, Miele G-series. The only residential dishwasher engineered to defeat the control board loophole by design. Every G-series is built for a 20-year service life, with 10,000 hours of stress testing and a less than 0.5% failure rate. This is not a marketing claim. Lab data was published. The stainless tub is not an upgrade, it is standard. No sprayed-on polymer, no micro cracks, no odor. The control board is modular, made in-house at Miele's Neustadt plant, and it is not locked behind proprietary firmware. A board swap takes under 20 minutes, 3 torque screws, no hidden clips, and no cloud handshake. The mechanicals, pump, motor, and heating element are all Miele built, not farmed out to the lowest bidder. Consumer Reports list the G-series with an average lifespan of 15.6 years, nearly double that of budget brands. The annual failure rate is just 0.9%. But the real difference is policy. Miele pledges 15 years of original equipment manufacturer parts support after a model is discontinued. That is not a warranty, it is a guarantee printed in every dealer catalog. Owners report finding parts for a 12-year-old G5000 as easily as for a new unit. No forced obsolescence, no repair quote trap. The control board is a replaceable module, not a death sentence. For the first time, the homeowner is not trapped by a $40 part and a $400 bill. Miele's promise is mechanical longevity, not disposable electronics. The only catch is a premium price and the option for smart modules in some variants. But the core design never depends on Wi-Fi, and the mechanical wash system is always the heart of the machine. For anyone who wants a dishwasher that survives the replacement cycle, this is the first real escape path. Engineering and policy working together to neutralize every known trap. And finally, in first place, Asko D5 and D6, the only residential dishwasher line that treats mechanical simplicity as a survival principle. Direct drive motor, no belts, no intermediary gears. The pump shaft mounts straight to the motor. One less failure point, one less service call. Every internal surface is 304 grade stainless steel, including the tub, the spray arm housing, and the filter frame. No sprayed-on polymer, no micro cracks, no odor. The cavity passes a 10,000-hour endurance test, 20 years of continuous cycling without a single recorded structural failure. Board failure is rare. It occurs in 9 out of 1,000 units verified in European field logs. The control board is modular, not soldered to a Wi-Fi chip. No cloud handshake, no app dependency. When a board does fail, it is a 20-minute swap, no proprietary tools, no hidden firmware lockouts. Service is handled by specialty dealers, not big box chains. In Sweden, a 10-year warranty costs 129 euros. White glove installation, direct access to parts, and a dealer who actually stocks replacement boards. For the homeowner, this is not a gamble. It is a documented opt-out from the replacement cycle. No subscription, no forced upgrade, no $400 board quote for a $40 part. The Asko D5 and D6 are built on the logic of commercial machines. Strip away the electronics, double down on metal, and make every part replaceable. The verdict is simple. If you want a dishwasher that will not betray you with a software kill switch or a plastic tub, this is the most practical buy-it-for-life choice on the market. Across every model, the pattern holds. A proprietary control board dies, and the machine gets scrapped, while the stainless tub and wash pump still work. Homeowners aren't told it's a disposable electronics box built around a mechanical wash system. The cycle isn't failure, it's design. That's the industry's quiet betrayal.